Voice of the Rain, Albert Einstein
Ma'am,
at
please
School.
repeat again.
I'll repeat. Voice of the Rain, Albert Einstein at School, Browning version,
अल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन लिखो ना
The Ailing Planet.
सिर्फ अल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन लिखो
I am repeating the syllabus again. Note making, posters, integrated grammar, Voice of the Rain, Ailing Planet, Browning version, Albert Einstein at School. I'll still send the syllabus on the WhatsApp group. Even if you have not noted down, don't worry.
chapter or there will be some passage given.
Okay. Any doubt regarding the syllabus?
Yes, ma'am. I had a
Yes,
doubt.
Aryan. Yes, Aryan.
Ma'am, will a note making of a particular chapter will come or any
No,
passage?
no. Note making will come from any unseen passage.
Okay, ma'am. Will there be a reading comprehension questions also?
No. So I have told you the pattern before also. In the paper, you have reading section 2 parts. So in the reading section 1 is unseen passage. Okay. This that you have been doing this for past few years, that you see the passage and you answer the questions related to the passage. Second thing in the reading section is unseen passage and note making. Okay, so you will be given the unseen passage and you will have to make the notes and give a summary of that unseen passage. Clear? For PT1, PT2, you will be given one passage and note making. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's start with the chapter, Albert Einstein. Okay, who wants to read?
May I?
Yes, Kanak, start.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, PT2 exam starts from?
The date sheet is not finalized yet, but the exam will happen in January itself. Okay, as soon as the date sheet comes, I'll let you know.
Albert Einstein is regarded as the greatest physicist since Newton. In the following extract from The Young Einstein, the well-known biographer Patrick Pringle describes the circumstances which led to Albert Einstein's expulsion from a German school. In what year Einstein asked the history teacher, did the Prussians defeat the French at Waterloo? I don't know, sir. Why don't you know? You've been told it often enough. I must have forgotten. Did you ever try to learn? Asked Mr. Brown. No, sir, Albert replied with his usual unthinking honesty. Why not? I can't see any point in learning dates. One can always look them up in a book. Mr. Brown was speechless for a few moments. You amaze me, Einstein, he said at last. Don't you realize that one can always look most things up in books? That applies to all the facts you learn at school. Yes, sir. Then I suppose you don't see any point in learning facts. Frankly, sir, I don't, said Albert. Then you don't believe in education at all. Oh, sir, yes, I do. I don't think learning facts is education. In that case, said the history teacher with heavy sarcasm, perhaps you will be so kind as to tell the class the Einstein theory of education. Albert flushed.
Okay, that's it, Kanak. Thank you. Okay, so now what is happening? So what is the scenario right now? There is entire class sitting and Albert Einstein is also there in the class as student. Okay, so the history teacher the history teacher asked Albert Einstein, so tell me that when did the war happen? Okay, in which year did the war happen? And Albert Einstein is speechless. He says that I don't know the answer. He doesn't know the answer. Now, as I said before also, when I was telling you that how he publicly criticized Hitler, Albert Einstein was a very honest man. Okay, he never kept anything to himself. He used to publicly say things. Okay, he was a very honest man. Whatever he felt like, he used to speak up upfront. Okay, so Albert Einstein said that I don't want to know the dates. I don't want to learn the dates because, according to me, learning dates is useless. You know, I can just look up in the book. So right now, also, if anyone asks you that, okay, so what do you think this is, or learn this particular date, learn this particular date. Nowadays, students can easily say that, ma'am, we don't need to learn because we can just open internet, we can just open Google, and we have all the information there. Why do I learn the information if it is already there? Okay, so Albert Einstein says that I can just look up all the facts and all the dates in the book. I don't have to learn. Now, one thing that you need to know about learning, is that you only learn the things that are important to you. Okay, remember, you only learn the things that are important to you. For example, if someone tells me that Akriti, cross the road when the traffic lights are red, okay, my brain thinks that, okay, this information is important. This information is for my safety itself. Okay, since this information is important, what happens is that I will learn that. My brain will learn that I have to cross the road only when the lights are red. So our brain only learns the things that are important to us. And sometimes when we can't learn a thing, it's because our brain is struggling to know its importance. Albert Einstein knew this. Albert Einstein was well aware of this fact. That's why he said that if I think that this is not important, I am least interested in this, I will not be able to learn this ever. Okay? So, Albert Einstein says that I don't think so. Facts is education. That learning facts and learning dates is education. Okay? So, he says that let's learn the Einstein theory of education. And we already know what Einstein used to think about the education. Who remembers the quote? The quote that we studied on the first day. Who remembers that quote?
Ma'am,
Yes, Aryan.
the code was that education is what remains after one has forgotten what has learned in school.
Yes. So education is what remains after one has forgotten.
Education is basically knowledge.
Yeah, education is basically knowledge. Okay, what remains with you, the ideas, the creations, that are all what remains with you. Okay, so according to Einstein, that was education. So here he says that I don't think learning facts is education. Okay, Aishwarya, continue please.
I think it's not facts that matter, but ideas, he said. I don't see the point in learning the dates of battles or even which of the armies killed more men. I would be more interested in learning why those soldiers were trying to kill each other. That's enough. Mr. Brown's eyes were cold and cruel. We don't want a lecture from you, Einstein. You'll stay in for an extra period today, although I don't imagine it will do you much good. It won't do the school any good either. You are a disgrace. I don't know why you continue to come. It's not my wish, sir, Albert pointed out. Then you are an ungrateful boy now to be ashamed of yourself. I suggest you ask your father to take you away. Albert felt miserable when he left school that afternoon. Not that it had been a bad day, most days are bad now, anyway. But because he had to go back to the hateful place the next morning, he only wished his father would take him away. but there was no point in even asking. He knew that the answer would be he would have to stay until he had taken his diploma.
Okay, that's
Going
it.
back,
That's it, Aishwarya. Thank you. Okay, so now what does Albert Einstein say? That I don't think so. Facts, learning facts is education. I think that learning. Okay, so he thought that we should not ask that when was the war happened, or which countries fought, or how many soldiers were killed. Because these are all again facts. You can just look. You can just see the statistics. You can just see the data, and that's it. But knowing why the war happened, why they killed each other, that is when you actually think. That is when you actually use your mind. And Einstein was interested in that. Einstein was interested in knowing the depth knowledge. Okay, he was interested in asking the bigger questions. Clear? So that's why he says that that is what we should study. So now Mr. Brown, that is the history teacher, says that you are a disgrace and I don't think so you should come to school anymore. Now, why does he say that you are a disgrace? Can anyone guess? Why does he say to Einstein that you are a disgrace?
Ma'am, because he was arguing.
Okay, he was arguing. Usually what happens is that, yeah. Tell me.
Ma'am, because the
Actually-
professor has no reply, so to stop the conversation.
Okay, one
Ma'am,
thing. Yes,
because he
Kanak?
wasn't putting up with the school system.
Yes, because he wasn't putting up with the school system. So see now, the education system, yeah? Education system has been changed over time. Okay, so what we study or how we study, how the teachers are, this is not as it was before. Okay, it has changed over time. Now, what has happened is that, you know, previously it was just, you just have to learn everything that is in the books. The teacher used to tell, just, take up the book and just teach from there, and then that's it. Okay, right now what happens is that there is active discussion. You can students can put up the questions, students can argue with teachers, and that's all okay. Okay, because it is from both sides. The discussion is from both sides. But at that point of time, when Einstein said that I don't think so, what is he doing? At that point of time, the education system used to focus on rote memory. Rote memory. Rote memory is just learning everything, okay, and not using your thinking. Okay. So education system used to focus on that. And Albert Einstein, when he said that, this is waste of time, he is basically criticizing the entire education at that point of time. That's why the teacher says that, you are just a disgrace and you are wasting everyone's time. Okay. And you're not doing much good to yourself also and to the school also. Okay. Now, what happens is that he says that when the teacher says that I suggest you ask your father to take you away. Okay. And you are an ungrateful boy and you should be ashamed of yourself because again, the teacher couldn't take it that he is criticizing the education system. Clear? So he said that you're just ungrateful and you are just not being grateful to what education you are receiving. Okay? So now what happens is that he says that most of the days has been bad anyway. Why does Albert Einstein feel like most of his days were bad anyway? Can anyone tell me that?
Ma'am, because he was honest.
Yeah, because basically not because he was all honest, because he hated going to school. Okay, he didn't like the studies and he hated going to school. That's why he says that most of his days were bad. Okay. Jayant, please continue reading.
Yes.
going back to his lodgings from there.
Just a sec. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I'm from.
Going back to his lodgings, page number 26.
Okay. Going back to his lodgings did not cheer him up. His father had so little money to spare that Albert had been found a room in one of the poorest quarters of
Munich.
Munich. He did not mind the bad food and lack of comfort, or even the dirt and ma'am, what is that pronounced?
Dirt
Like
and
how it's
squalor.
Squalor, dirt and squalor, but he hated the atmosphere of slums violence. His landlady beat her children regularly, and every Saturday her husband came drunk and beat her. But at least you have a room of your own, which is more than I can say, said Yuri, when he called round in the evening. At least you live among civilized human beings, and even if they are poor students, said Albert. They are not all civilized, Yuri replied. Did you not hear that one of them was killed last week in the duel? And what happens to one who killed him? Nothing, of course. He's even proud of it. His only worry is that authorities have told him not to fight any more duels. He's upset about this because he hasn't a single scar on his face to wear for the rest of his life as a badge of honor. Uh, exclaimed Albert. Exclaimed Albert. And these are the students. Well, you will be a student one day, said Yuri. Should I continue?
Yeah.
I doubt it, said Albert glumly. I don't think I'll ever pass the exams for the school diploma. He told his cousin Elsa the same next time she came to Munich. Normally, she lived in Berlin, where her father had a business. I'm sure you could learn.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now what happens is that he goes back to his lodging. Lodging is basically the place where you live. Now he is not living with his parents right now. His parents are in Italy. He is living in Munich to finish his diploma. Okay, and now what happens is that he says that he doesn't mind living in poverty. He doesn't mind living in a bad surroundings and environment. He doesn't mind all of that. He doesn't mind the food that he eats, the shelter that he has. He doesn't mind at all. But the one thing that he really minds is the slum violence. Now, remember, when we were discussing this yesterday also, I told you that Albert Einstein was not a man of violence. Okay, he hated violence. We used a word. What word was it?
Pacifist.
Pacifist. Very good.
Pacifist.
He used the word pacifist. He was a pacifist. What's happening today, my God? Okay, he was a pacifist. Okay, he hated violence. Okay, you can see it right now also that he doesn't care about poverty at all. The only thing that really disturbs him is the slum violence. Now you can relate the two incidents. On one side, he was saying that he hates slum violence, and on the other side, a few years later, he writes a letter to Roosevelt to build a bomb. Okay, so you can see that sometimes what happens is that even if you have very subtle this idea of yourself that I am like this and I don't like this, sometimes the circumstances are such that you have to think another way. Okay, when he wrote to Roosevelt that we need to build a bomb, at that point of time also he hated violence. Okay, he hated violence, but still he thought that now war is the only option. Okay, that war is the only option. So even though his ideas were same, his ideas were same. What happened that the circumstances made him do such a thing. Just hold on. Okay, so now, okay, so now we can see the transition. Even though the ideas are same, the circumstances made him do such a thing. Now, coming back to the chapter, he says that I don't like slum violence. Now Yuri, who's Albert Einstein's best friend, he says that you don't know how my area is, that one person killed another and he doesn't have any kind of regret. He's proud of it. Okay, he's actually proud of it because he says that, even though I killed that person, I don't have any scar. I would have worn the scar as a badge of honor. Okay, so we can see the mentality of such people. Clear? Now he says that, Albert Einstein says that, I don't think I'll ever pass the exam for the school diploma. Why does he say that? Why does he has this doubt in him that he won't pass the school diploma? He won't pass the school diploma. Why?
Because he was not interested in education and studies.
Yes, because he was
Ma'am,
not
do you-
interested. Yeah. Tell me.
I'm due to rote learning.
Yes, because he was not interested in rote learning, and he said that, I don't think so I'll even pass for the examination. Now comes Elsa, who is his cousin, okay, and he tells the same thing to Elsa. Now, where have we heard this name before?
She was her wife.
Yes, she was the second wife of Albert Einstein. Now here, actually she is his cousin. He marries his cousin itself. Okay? Okay. Vanshika, please continue.
I'm sure you could learn enough to pass the exams, Albert, if you tried, she said.
Yes, continue.
I know lots of boys who are much more stupid than you are who get through. They say you don't have to know anything. You don't have to understand what you are taught. Just be able to repeat it in the exam. Just that's the whole trouble, said Albert. I'm no good at learning things by heart. You don't need to be good at it. Anyone can learn like a parrot. You just don't try. And yet, I always see you with a book under your arm, added Elsa. What is the one you are reading? A book on geology. Geology, rocks, and things. Do you learn that? No. We have hardly any science at school. Then why are you studying it? Because I like it. Isn't that a good enough reason? Elsa sighed. You're right, of course, Albert, she said, but it won't help with your diploma.
Okay, that's it. Now, what advice does Elsa give to Albert Einstein? That, just learn everything till the time you clear the exam. Till the time you are there and you have written the exam, just learn it till that. Okay? That is called as rote learning. And what do you call it in Hindi?
Ratta Marna.
Yes, Ratta Marna. Very good. Okay, that is called as Ratta Marna. Okay, so now what happens? Now you can also see this for yourself, that what happens is that when you do this kind of learning, okay, for example, there was one answer and you feel like this, sometimes what happens is that you leave that question and you go to school on the day of the examination and your friend apparently says that, why did you leave that question? This was so important. And you have this, a very small nervous breakdown that, oh my God, if he is saying that this is an important question, so I should have learned this. And within 10 minutes, you learn that question. Okay, with the help of your rote memory, you learn that question. Okay, and when you write the exam and that question comes and you are so happy that you learned it before the exam, you write it down. As soon as you leave the examination hall, you will forget it. You will forget it. You won't remember what you've written. Okay, so that
Now
is
we
why
forget it during the exam. If we just like learn it just before it.
you forget it during the exam. Okay, so that is how rote memory never helps you. Okay, so this is a lesson for all of you also. So just learn everything beforehand, but first understand and then learn. Okay, so that's why Elsa says that just learn it till the time you have written the exam. Okay, and then after that exam, no one cares. You can just forget about it. Okay, so Albert Einstein says that I cannot do that also. I'm not good at it. Okay, I'm not good at learning things by heart. Okay, so he knows. Okay, I said that he's the person that knows about him everything. Okay, so he's very honest. He says that I cannot do that. Some people cannot do that. Some people need to understand that very carefully just to learn it. Okay, so now they talk about that the book that he's always reading, and that is on science, and he is interested in science. So now Albert Einstein, it's not like he's not interested in studies at all. Okay, he is interested in science, maths, and music. Okay, so it's not like he's not interested in studies at all. He is interested in some things. Is that clear? Okay, so today we'll do it till here only. I'll take the attendance. Again, students have not sent the photograph. Please do it. This is the last reminder that I'm giving you. Do it today positively. After that,
Mom,
I
did
will
you
not
receive
give.
mine, Mom Jayant?
Yeah, wait, I have tick marked the students have not given.
Okay.
Yes, Jayant, I've received yours. I've not received of Arav Grewal, Arav Sharma. I'm saying the names. Arav Grewal, Arav Sharma, Ishwarya, Akshita, Anshika, Daman, Gautam Kakkar, Gautam Kumar, Kanak, Linoy, Rishabh, Rohan, Sahil Bish, Sahil Sharma, Sayam, Shivansh, Shriya. So this is the last reminder. I'm saying it again. This is for your 11th registration form, CBSE registration form. This is the last reminder I'm giving you. Send it by today positively.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now attendance. Akansha.
Present, ma'am.
Arav Grewal.
Arav Grewal present, ma'am.
Arav Sharma. Agnish.
Present, ma'am.
Ishwarya.
Present, ma'am.
Akshita.
Present, ma'am.